So this really may be one of the most important questions of the fall as we get ready for Georgia's football season to kick up. How long is it going to take for Arik Gilbert and JT Daniels to get on the same page? Because we're talking about Arik Gilbert being one of the best, most explosive players possibly in this conference. And he will matter a lot for the Georgia Bulldogs as the 2021 season comes along. Dean Legge for Dog Post. Joined with us this summer, Stuckey's, great American brand. If you own an Ace Hardware, if you own local retail, you should really have some of their merchandise in your stores. We got the pecan log rolls, etc. They really sell well. I can assure you that they are absolutely very good to eat too. My daughter can testify to that as well. And I do wonder how long it will take for JT Daniels and Arik Gilbert to get on the same page. We're talking about two guys who are at, not even at Georgia 16 months ago, 14 months ago. And these are two of the best players in terms of their position in the league. Arik Gilbert is not like anybody Georgia's had in a long time. When you look at his size and that he's playing wide receiver now, Georgia just hasn't had somebody like this. And y'all tell me if you can think of anybody that's been like Arik Gilbert. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe Randy McMichael. Randy McMichael was a tight end. So this guy's been playing receiver and just has been very good during his time, even the short amount of time that he played in the SEC this year. Again, 35 receptions for 368 yards. That's about not quite 11 yards a catch. You got 2 touchdowns. Now, he was playing tight end. What's it going to be like when he's playing receiver? And I went back and looked with JT Daniels. And, he really did play pretty well in terms of production this past 4 games for Georgia. Mississippi State, almost 400-something yards. Let me make sure I'm not getting that wrong. Against State, he had 401. Against Carolina was like a scrimmage. 139 and 300 against Missouri, and then almost 400 against Cincinnati. A Cincinnati game Georgia did not play well in. And JT could have played better in that game. But, you go back and you look, he only had 3 300-yard games at SC his freshman year. And one of those was against Notre Dame, number 3 Notre Dame, where they lost that game tight. Another game against UCLA, another loss for the Trojans. And then the loss at Texas, where he went for 300 yards. You got the feeling that JT was trying to do a lot by himself. Well, these two guys really could be, you don't have George Pickens for a while this season. How long is it going to take for Arik Gilbert to become a difference maker for the Dogs? The bulk of his receptions were under 20 yards in terms of his longs for the year. That wasn't the case for JT Daniels in 2020. His long against Mississippi State, 49, 40 against Carolina, 37 against Missouri, 55 against Cincinnati. He also could have had a longer one than that. His longs, he had, at SC, a 65-yarder against Colorado, a ranked Colorado team, 50, 53. He has the ability to definitely get the ball where you got to go deep. And is that what Arik Gilbert's going to be? Is he going to be a deep ball guy? That seems a little hard to believe considering his size. But I've seen what Arik Gilbert can do in person, live. He's a big guy and can really run. This is going to be an opportunity for this Georgia offense to explode. Now, you're coming into this Clemson game, and it's challenging. There's no question about that. Clemson's one of the best teams in the country, and we know that. They're also, a team that you can press. You can go up against Clemson. You can challenge their secondary. One of their best defenders from last year is not playing for them anymore. He plays for Georgia. So you're going to want to get in there and really attack that Clemson secondary, just the way that probably Clemson would like to attack Georgia's secondary too. It's not just the Clemson game though. This is about beating high-level teams. You want to talk about Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma. I'm going to put the Gators in there, even though they're not going to be as good this year, I don't think, as they were a season ago. This is about playing well when you need to play well in big moments. Is Georgia going to do that? Is Arik Gilbert going to be another weapon to go along with Kieris, Dominique Blaylock coming back, okay? Jermaine Burton. And now you've got Mitchell coming in, Smith, the burner. There's a lot of weapons for this team. Can they get it together and be explosive? And how long will it take JT Daniels and Arik Gilbert to get where they got to go? We're in the middle of the summer right now, and throwing the ball against air is great, and I'm sure they feel comfortable. And maybe they do. I mean, Quincy Carter got tight with Terrence Edwards in terms of playing, getting the ball out there and throwing it quick. That did not take long. Is that what it's going to be like for Arik Gilbert? It's going to be very curious for me to see now that JT Daniels has been throwing to some of these guys for a year plus. How will someone as explosive as Arik Gilbert, how does he come in and mesh with a team that already has a bunch of killers at receiver? It's a good question. Make sure you go check out dogpost.com. We'll see you on the website. Thanks for watching.